Psychotherapist Esther Perel is one of the most sought-after voices when it comes to relationships. Her best-selling book, Mating in Captivity, is being re-released for its 20th anniversary. And we are so happy Esther is here to chat with us today. Hi.
Hello. Hi. We're so happy you're here. 20 years the book came out. What's changed between then and now as far as relationships and dating?
A lot changed, and then also a lot stays really the same. So what's changed is in 2006, when Mating in Captivity is published, we are not on social.
Yeah.
We are not yet living with our phones in our hands. We do not yet have the predictable technologies that give us answers for everything, of what to do, where to go, what to listen to next, what to watch, so that you do not really need to experiment, to deal with uncertainty, to deal with the unknown. It gives it to you in a frictionless life. What we have now is contactless living, a frictionless world, a world in which we want certainty before we even have chemistry, online dating.
Certainty before you have chemistry. That's good. No, that's so good. So one of the most quoted lessons I feel like is kind of timeless. You say that we're depending on one person for what a community used to provide.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
I want with you to experience security and stability and safety and predictability and reliability and all these anchoring elements of life. But I also want with you to have excitement and passion and adventure and risk and mystery, all of that. I want familiarity and I want surprise.
Are we wanting too much from one person?
We want one person to do what a village should give us, what a community should give us. Marriage should take place within a network of other relationships that sustain it. That means friendships and mentorships.
So let's say if a woman is watching and she feels like, but my husband's not fun anymore. You know, we're friends, but it's not fun. Or he's not listening to me. You know, she wants him to be all the things. What can she do?
The first thing is have it in your life. Don't say that because I don't have it with him, I don't have it at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Have friends, have a community, have people that share your interests. Don't just see the movies that the two of you want to see. See the ones you want to see with other people and do the things that you enjoy together at the same time.
So what about for the women that are wanting, I mean, this book is really rooted in female desire. What about the women that are missing that kind of feel like they're in...
So here's the thing. The book actually is a very male-friendly book. It is actually probably the most important one that men have read on the subject.
Yes.
Because it said something that, and that's one of the things that didn't change, that actually really belongs to both. The very things that nurture love or friendship or companionship are not necessarily the same ingredients as the ones that fuel desire. And if love wants to contract the distance and to eliminate the tension and to know the other person inside out, desire thrives on much more on mystery and on novelty and on risk. And for the women, what that says is the thing that is the most important that will free you up to access that sense of aliveness, vibrancy, vitality, that wanting that is in desire, is to not be defined only by the burden of caretaking, by your sense of responsibility for everyone. Desire does not live well with responsibility. And the direct question to ask the women is, when do you find yourself most drawn to your partner? The first and foremost answer worldwide is when I see my partner in their element. At the piano, on stage, on the horse, whatever they're doing, but in their element, confident, radiant, and most importantly, self-sufficient, meaning they don't need me. You got it. And if they don't need me, then I can want them, and I don't enter the motherly role of responsibility and caretaking. And I can actually access my own wanting and my permission to attend to myself.
Ooh, that's why it's a bestseller.
We need you for an hour. Thank you so much, Esther.
My pleasure.
Congratulations.
My goodness. To check out Esther's book, it's called Mating in Captivity. Just go to today.com/books.
You guys, thanks for watching.
I know. Come join us for all the fun every weekday on NBC.
Yeah, and don't forget to take us along when you're on the go.
Follow the Today with Jenna and Sheinelle podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.